Scene 4. Pressure points. Night had settled over the city like a velvet curtain, but the Cobalt HQ was alive with cold, sharp focus. The war room buzzed with screens lit up in blue light, files stacked in neat but heavy piles, and a table full of coffee cups that marked the kind of long night only relentless people survived. Johnny stood at the head of the table, jacket off, vest still buttoned, sleeves rolled halfway up. His posture was calm, but his presence commanded the room. Behind him the skyline glowed faintly through the windows, lights shimmering like 1,000 secrets waiting to be cracked. "All right," Johnny said. "We're not just hitting Klein, we're dismantling him piece by piece. Financials, associates, every last shadow he hides in. Lana?" Lana swiped her tablet, casting data onto the screen. "Klein's clean on the surface," she began, "but if you dig deep enough, offshore shell companies registered through Alderpath. And guess what? One of those companies paid out 5 separate consulting fees last year, each for 6 figures, each to fake addresses that all trace back to the same P.O. box." Benjamin smirked. "Sloppy. I love sloppy." Pilar leaned in, one arm still in a sling, but her eyes lit up like fire. "Let me guess, the P.O. box isn't in Klein's name?" Lana grinned. "Nope, but it is in his sister's, and she works at a bank with federal oversight." Johnny nodded slowly, the corner of his mouth twitching with approval. "Pressure point number 1. Benjamin chuckled low. "Squeeze that, and Klein's gonna make noise." Pilar tapped her keyboard rapidly. "Already on it. If we follow the transfers from the P.O. box, we can triangulate how deep the Alderpath pipeline goes. And if Alderpath is feeding Klein, that means Green's hands are filthy by extension." Johnny turned to her. "Do it, quietly." The atmosphere tightened. The office felt heavier now, the air humming with anticipation. Everyone was in their element. The walls were lined with evidence boards, digital screens flashing transactions and surveillance stills. Benjamin paced, restless energy radiating off him like heat. "You know what I like about this? It's chess. We're not swinging, we're cutting off moves until the king's boxed in." Lana smirked. "And then what? We checkmate Green?" Johnny spoke without hesitation. "No, we take his board away entirely." Pilar laughed. "Savage. I'm into it." Johnny's phone buzzed. A text. No name, no number. Just one line. "You're digging in the wrong places." Johnny stared at it for a moment, then locked the screen. He didn't share it. Not yet. Later that night, surveillance. Benjamin parked his matte black BMW in the shadows of a quiet street overlooking a high-end steakhouse downtown. Through his tinted windows, he watched as Reggie Klein walked out with 2 men in tailored suits. Faces unfamiliar, posture dangerous. He snapped a photo and sent it to Johnny. "Benjamin, your boy's making friends." Johnny, "Stay on him, don't get burned." Benjamin, "Relax, I blend in like expensive wallpaper." Benjamin smirked, leaning back in his seat as Klein's group piled into a luxury SUV. He followed at a distance, his jaw set in determination. If Green wanted a war, Benjamin was more than happy to deliver the first shot. Back at Cobalt HQ, Pilar's screen beeped. "Got it." Lana leaned over her shoulder. "What am I looking at?" Pilar enlarged the window. "Klein's sister moved 50 grand yesterday. Not to an offshore account this time. To a law firm in D.C., a firm that's represented Green twice in the past." Johnny's lips pressed into a thin line. "He's tightening the circle. He knows we're watching." Benjamin's voice came through the comms, smooth but sharp. "Good," he said. "Means he's scared." Scene 5. The first hit. The rain hit the city like needles, sharp, relentless, and cleansing. From the 20th floor of Cobalt HQ, the sound was muted, but the tension in the war room made every drop feel heavier. Johnny stood at the head of the table, sleeves rolled, vest unbuttoned, but still sharp. He stared at the digital board as Pilar walked the team through their plan. "Tonight we move on Klein's sister," Pilar said, eyes focused, fingers flying across the keyboard. "We leak her financial transfers, anonymously. No direct connection to us. Once it hits the compliance office, they'll freeze her accounts until they can investigate." Benjamin leaned back in his chair with a grin. "And when little sis panics, she's gonna call Big Brother, who's gonna panic even harder." Lana smirked. "And when Klein panics, Green bleeds. I like this." Johnny didn't smile. "Remember, this isn't just about Klein. This is about forcing Green to show his hand. Once he moves, we'll know where to hit next." Pilar pressed a key. "And done. Transfers sent. Audit trails buried. On the screen, lines of code blinked out of existence. Klein's sister was about to have the worst Monday of her life. Johnny straightened his posture, his voice calm but razor-sharp. Now we wait. 2 hours later, downtown bar. Benjamin sat in a dimly lit bar across the street from Klein's office, nursing a whiskey neat and watching through the reflection in the mirror behind the counter. Klein stormed out of the building in a black raincoat, phone pressed to his ear, shoulders tight with anger. Benjamin smirked and tapped his earpiece. Target's agitated. Looks like our leak landed. Good, Johnny's voice replied. Stay on him. Benjamin tossed 100 on the bar and followed Klein into the wet streets. Cobalt HQ, same time. Back at HQ, Pilar and Lana monitored every camera feed in real time. Screens displayed Klein's movements, financial updates, and flagged communications. Johnny, Lana called. His sister's account's just locked up. She called him twice. He didn't pick up. Johnny watched from his office doorway, calm but sharp-eyed. He's gonna run to green, get ready. Pilar leaned closer to her monitor. Wait, he's texting someone. A new message popped on screen, routed through one of Klein's encrypted devices. The sender, unknown. The message, handle it, tonight. Lana frowned. Handle what? Johnny's expression darkened. Whatever it is, he said, we'll be ready. Later, Johnny's condo. The storm outside mirrored the one inside Johnny's chest. His condo was quiet except for the hum of the city through the windows. Carrie was asleep on the couch, a blanket over her shoulders, and Maya was tucked into her room, dreaming safe dreams her father was determined to protect. Johnny poured himself a drink and checked his phone. No new messages. Then, ding, a notification, a video file. He pressed play. The screen lit up with grainy security footage. Pilar walking to her car in the Cobalt garage. A shadow followed her. The footage cut before anything happened. Then a message appeared on the screen. Back off, Donnelly, or she's next. Johnny's hand clenched around the glass until it nearly cracked. He didn't look away. This wasn't just business anymore. Green had officially drawn blood. Cobalt HQ midnight. Johnny slammed the video down onto the table, the screen replaying the footage. Pilar's face twisted into anger, not fear. That son of a— Don't! Johnny cut her off. His voice was ice. We don't lose control, not for him. Benjamin leaned forward, cracking his knuckles. We hit back? Johnny nodded once. Harder, he said. We're going to take something Green can't afford to lose. Pilar smirked. I've been waiting all night to hear that. Lana leaned back in her chair, eyes sharp. What's the play? Johnny looked at the board. Klein first. We burn him down to the foundation. By the time we're done, Green will be standing in the rubble of his own mess. Benjamin grinned like a wolf. Now, this is starting to get fun. Tonight, Johnny said, voice low but commanding. We don't just rattle him, we tear out the floor under him. Pilar, her sling now gone but her shoulder still tender, smirked like she'd been waiting for this. How loud we talking? Johnny didn't blink. Quiet, surgical, no headlines, just pressure. Benjamin chuckled, leaning against the table. Man's not gonna know what hit him. Lana tapped her tablet and cast a series of files onto the big screen. Step 1, his sister's frozen accounts. Step 2, leaked documents linking Klein to Alderpath. Step 3, she zoomed in on a single file, an offshore ledger. A transfer that ties him directly to a pack connected to Green. It's buried, but if we put it in the right hands. Johnny nodded. We ruin him without leaving fingerprints. Pilar spun her chair toward Johnny. And if Green comes looking for payback? Johnny's jaw tightened. Then he finds out we bite back. Let him sweat, Johnny replied. We're not done yet. Pilar smirked, typing rapidly. Phase 2. Fake memo from a compliance department notifying his bank of suspicious activity. On the screen, she hit send. Benjamin watched Klein's phone light up again. Klein slammed his fist against the desk. Oh, he's losing it, Benjamin laughed. I could watch this all night. Don't get comfortable, Johnny said. We've still got step 3. Step 3. The needle. Lana pressed her fingers against the screen, highlighting a name. A senior partner at a quiet, influential law firm in D.C. Anonymous tip goes here, she said. This guy hates Green. We give him Klein on a silver platter, he does the rest. Johnny nodded. Do it. She tapped send. Somewhere across the city, an email slipped into a man's inbox like a loaded gun waiting to be picked up. The fallout. By midnight, Klein's world was on fire. Frozen accounts, legal threats, encrypted messages flying between his burner phones. Benjamin's voice crackled over comms. He just called green. I can't hear it, but he's shouting like a man about to get disowned. Johnny smiled faintly, but there was no joy in it. Good. Keep the pressure steady. But then, Johnny's phone buzzed. A text. No number. Cute move. My turn. Attached. A photo. Johnny's condo building. The view from across the street. Cobalt HQ, 12:30 a.m. The war room was silent as Johnny placed his phone on the table. Pilar's face went cold. Lana leaned in, her expression tight. Benjamin's fists clenched until his knuckles whitened. They were watching you, Pilar said. Johnny's gaze was unreadable. They wanted me to know. Lana exhaled. That's not a warning, that's a promise. Benjamin slammed a hand against the table. Then we stop playing defense. We hit green, now. Johnny looked at each of them, calm but fierce. We will, he said, but we hit him the way he won't see coming. Klein's only the start. We burn every inch of Green's foundation until there's nothing left for him to stand on. Pilar cracked her knuckles. Let's make him choke. Johnny turned back to the board, eyes sharp as glass. This isn't a case anymore, he said. It's a reckoning.